Hey everybody, Dave Calafiore here, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through a full walkthrough and demo of groupX. groupX is a very useful tool for helping you build a list and actually automating the list building process using a Facebook group. So let's dive in and let me show you how groupX works. Getting started with groupX is super simple. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to install the Chrome extension. There should have been a download link on the thank you page after subscribing, or you can also find a link to download the extension zip file in the groupX dashboard. After you've downloaded the zip file of the extension, you're going to want to go to your browser within Chrome and click on the little three-dot menu here that's all the way to the right in your toolbar. When you click on that, you can go to the More Tools and then navigate to Extensions. Once you're on the Extensions page, you want to make sure that in the upper right-hand corner, you have Developer Mode turned on. Once you have Developer Mode turned on, you'll see the Load Unpacked button become available here. What you want to do is click on Load Unpacked. It should also say too that you want to unzip the zipped file that you download. So make sure that you unzip the zipped extension file that you do download. So click on Unpacked. It's going to bring up your file browser, and you're going to want to navigate to the unzipped folder that holds the extension. So you're going to click on that. Don't open it, but click on it, select it, and as you can see, the extension is now loaded into your Chrome browser. The next thing that you're probably going to want to do too is click on this little puzzle piece up here. This will actually pin the extension up here in your toolbar. So click on that, find the groupX extension, and just click on the little thumbtack icon. And as you can see, once I've done that, it is now sitting up here in my browser. So now you have your groupX Chrome extension installed. Now that we have the Chrome extension installed, we can log in to the extension. So we're going to click on the extension right here. One thing that you do want to make sure is that you are on a Facebook group that you're going to want to connect to groupX and then be within the member request page, which is right here. So we're on the member request page. You want to be on this page when you're trying to log in and then connect this specific group to groupX. So we're going to log in. Perfect. Now that we're logged in, we can now start connecting our groups. So as you can see, after we logged in, it pulled in the group ID of this specific group. And what we can do is just give this a name. This is one of my local community groups. The group ID is pulled in there. You can give a description if you wanted to, and then simply click Add Group. Now that our group is connected, you'll see if we refresh the page here, there's been a new button added to the section where you can go and approve people. So now there's a big green button here that says Approve by groupX. So your group is connected. And what's going to happen is if you click the Approve by groupX button, the questions and the answers to the questions that you ask people upon entering your group or requesting access to your group is sent over to your groupX dashboard. So let's head over to the groupX dashboard. I want to show you what that looks like. And we also want to connect some third-party integrations so we can send that data off to certain places like your email marketing or perhaps a Google Sheet. All right, so now we're over in the groupX dashboard. And if you haven't logged in yet, you'll have to log in if it's the first time that you're here. And we're on the main dashboard page where you're going to find some basic statistical data, how many connected groups, how many integrations connected, things like that. There's a drop down here where you could actually go to the connected groups that you have. Or you can go into the left-hand bar here and click on Groups, and you can see we've connected the Murraysville Community Group, the one that we just showed you when we hooked up and connected the extension. Also below here, is integrations. So these are third-party integrations that you can connect to your account to send data off to your email marketing provider. We have MailChimp, GetResponse, SendFox, ActiveCampaign, Google Sheets. Google Sheets are very powerful because you can send the data to a Google Sheet and then you can connect that Google Sheet to a service like Zapier, which will then let you connect basically to thousands of other applications. So the Google Sheet integration is very, very powerful. So this is where you can come in and connect your third-party integrations. If we go in and look at the Groups tab, you can then click on one of your connected groups. And this is where you'd see the contact and data that was sent over from your Facebook group. So you'll pull in first name, last name, the URL, if Facebook will give it to us, of that person. So you could go and click on it and check out their profile, and the questions and answers to the 3 questions. Some other data like group ID, date added, and when they joined Facebook. And we'll show you this once we send over some data. Other things that you can do is download a .csv file of all the data that you've collected from your specific group. You can also download a .csv file that's formatted correctly for uploading as a Facebook custom audience or lookalike audience. There are a couple other options over here. This gear will allow you just to change the name and the description of your group if you wanted to. Just to the right, this other gear bar here controls one of the really awesome features of groupX. And this is the ability to manage your automation flows. So you have connected third-party integrations, and you can choose to either send the data that you bring into your groupX dashboard to those integrations automatically, if it's toggled on, or if it's toggled off, you can choose to send specific data to your integrations manually. And this is great for people who want to actually kind of sift through the data and perhaps, send the data of someone who answered a question a specific way to one integration, and perhaps somebody who answered the same question a different way to a different integration, perhaps a different list in your email marketing platform. There can be a lot of different reasons why you'd want to do that, but you have the ability here to manage how that data is exported. Is it automatic, or do you want to handle it manually? And you have the ability to do that by using the toggle switch here. You'd simply turn it on, and you would choose your connected integrations, which we don't have any in here yet. We're gonna connect one of those in just a second. But you would choose your integrations, select it, and then update it. And basically, when you approve somebody for one of the Facebook groups, the data is sent to your dashboard and then automatically onto your connected integrations of choice. Just below that here is the export contact data. This is what you would use if you wanted to manually export the data to specific places. And we don't have any data in here yet, and I'll show you how this works in just a moment. So now that I've given you kind of a quick overview of the dashboard and some of the different features you can find, what I want to do now is connect a couple integrations and actually show you groupX in action. So let's connect our first integration, which is a Google Sheet. We're going to click on Google Sheet. Now, keep in mind, you can connect multiple Google Sheets depending on how many integrations your account allows. But if you have an unlimited account, you can connect an unlimited amount of Google Sheets. So when we click on that, it opens a pop-up. We need to enter 3 different pieces of information. One is a name, one is a description. These 2 items will be used for helping you figure out which integration this is within the dashboard and the extension. And then the actual URL of the Google Sheet. So let's go over to Google Sheets, and this is a brand new one that we have set up here. And let's just call this groupX test. And what we need to do before we grab the URL is click on share. And then we need to come down here. We need to change the permissions on this Google Sheet. We need to allow somebody from the outside of your account to be able to view and edit the Google Sheet, because we need to connect it to groupX and send the data over. So what we got to do is click on change link to Delicious Marketing. So we're going to make this an editor, and then we're going to change this to anybody with the link. And we're going to click copy link and done. And now we're going to head back over to groupX, and we're just simply going to paste the Google Sheet in here. So let's just call this groupX training sheet. And then we're going to paste in the URL, hit submit, and boom, it is connected. So kind of a similar thing you need to do in terms of connecting these other platforms. Active Campaign, we'll do one of those. So again, we'll call this groupX training connection. Depending on which platform you're using, they look for different information. So with groupX, we need an API key and an API URL. And then you can select the list within your group, your Active Campaign or MailChimp or whatever account that you want to send the data to. So if we go over to Active Campaign, I'm going to grab our URL. Oops. Paste that here. We're going to grab the API key and paste that here. As soon as we paste in that API key, as you can see, we get a connection. And now we can choose the actual list that we want to send that data to. So we'll just hit submit now, and we are connected. Perfect. So we've got two integrations connected. We have a Google Sheet and an Active Campaign account. So now let's go back over to Facebook, and let's just show you exactly how to approve a member using groupX, and then we'll come back to the dashboard and show you how to send that information and data off to third-party integrations. Okay, so now we're back over in Facebook. We've connected our two integrations. I'm pretty much ready to start using groupX and using any third-party integrations that I have set up. The last thing that I want to do now that I've got those set up is open up the groupX extension again, and I want to just configure the automations and integrations that I have set up. So we're going to choose the group that we're working with. And so we'll select this one, right? And then if I click here, you can see both integrations that I set up. So you can choose multiple integrations to be connected at the same time. Just choose the ones that you want. We'll just choose them both. And once we do that, just hit update group. And boom, you are all set to go. Those two integrations are connected. Now, right now we have the automation part of the integration set to manual. So it's not going to automatically send off to the Google Sheet and the Active Campaign list. So let's go back and turn that on. So if we go to groups, we'll click on that one. And we're going to click on this gear here, and we're going to turn our automation, our integrations to automatic. So we'll click there. There's the two groups that are connected. We'll just hit update. So now that that is turned on, as soon as I approve somebody for the group, their information is going to be sent over to the Google Sheet, to the Active Campaign list, and our groupX dashboard. So if we go back and we just hit refresh just to make sure everything's connected again, and we'll just click approve by groupX. Boom. So it's the first one, this one, Nikki. We'll just send that off. Chris, send that off. Send it off. And now if we go back over to our groupX dashboard, we're going to refresh the page, and there you go. As you can see, all of the data has been automatically sent over to our dashboard, safe and sound. So we have first name, last name. You can view the person's profile, and here are the questions and answers to the group entry questions. So question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, and group ID, date added, and the date they joined Facebook. If we go and look at the Google Sheet, as we can see, boom, instantly, all of that information has been added here also. So think about it. You can send data from the Facebook group when you approve somebody. It automatically gets sent off to your Google Sheet. And you can connect your Google Sheet and the pieces of data that you want off to pretty much any other application, thousands of applications, by connecting it and using it with Zapier. Pretty powerful. And then we also have the built-in native integrations within groupX, and we're going to be building more and more of those in as time goes on. Think about CRMs, different types of CRMs like Pipedrive or Insightly, or perhaps LMS learning management systems like Thinkific and Kajabi and Teachable. Imagine just being able to approve somebody for a group and them automatically getting enrolled in a class. Very, very powerful stuff. So we'll be adding lots of native integrations into the platform also. And then this data was also sent over to our active campaign list. So that is a brief overview of exactly how groupX works and some of the features. There might be some things I didn't cover, but those are the big ones. Those are the things that you're going to want to understand how they work and how to use those specific features in order to get your data from Facebook over into your groupX dashboard and then off to whatever integrations that you have connected, whether you want to do that manually or automatically. So dig in. groupX is a powerful, powerful way for you to grow an email list and collect really valuable data from people who are interacting in your group and want to join your group on Facebook. If you have a question about groupX or having some sort of technical issue, make sure that you reach out to us at our support desk. So just go to groupx.io/support. Fill out the form here and try to be as detailed as possible, and we will get back to you pretty quickly and answer your question or help you through any support issues that you may be having. Once again, thanks for using groupX, and go build your list.